Hi everyone. I hope you guys can hear. So we will begin. Okay, let me share my screen first. Here. So today we're going to learn another type of motion called actor motion. Like last time, we already learned about three main types, and then we learned about like the policy motion one. So today another one is called actor. And before we begin, like we will look at a couple of questions, like some fun questions before we begin with it. So here it is. I have two questions for the questions of the day. You guys can read and you guys can choose one of the questions. Okay, so the first question. As the mayor of a city, would you ban all odor polluting cars to fight climate change, knowing it would make it impossible for low-income workers to commute? And the second question, if you are a broke college student who found a $50 bill on the floor and you know it belongs to the rich student in school, would you return it or keep it? So two questions. The reason why I have these two questions is that, as you can see, you have to act as a person. For example, the first question, you have to imagine that you are like mayor of a city. Mayor mean cái người quản lý thành phố ấy, kind of like that. Somebody who take care of a city. And then in the second question, you have to imagine that you are a very poor, like broke, no money, college student. Yeah. So like you have to imagine because today we're going to learn about actor emotion, which means we have to imagine that we are a type of actor. So you guys can think, what would you do in these scenarios? You guys can choose one of the questions or you can answer both if you like. And I'll give you like 2 minutes to think about what you think. Okay, and if you have any questions that you're confused, you can ask. Today we will spend more time practicing because last time I feel like I speak way too much. So yeah, you guys can think and we will like you can raise your hand. Okay, so Lee, you just came in. There are two questions, so you can choose one of the questions or both to answer. All right. Does anyone have any ideas on what you guys would do? Like it might be a bit difficult to make a decision, right? Because, for example, in the first question, you have to choose between protecting the environment or protecting workers that have low income, that like are poor. Or in the second question, you have to choose between returning the money or keeping it. But remember, you have to base your decision on who you are. Like, for example, the second question, you are a broke college student, or the first one, you are the mayor of a city. So yeah, like what Neo said, it's a paradox, but it depends on you. So anyone wants to try? Like just, give your opinions on what you would do. And remember, you cannot do both. You can only do one thing because we are human, so we can only do one thing at a time. Okay, anyone who would like to go first? Okay, Neo, go ahead.
I'm gonna try both. I know my answer is kind of weird. Like, for question number one, I think that yes, I would ban all older and polluting cars to fight climate change because older and polluting cars can cause many serious problems, maybe respiratory respiratory issues. And I think that older and polluting cars also like it have a lot of problems, and sometimes it can harm back to our life if we just go on that old car. And I think it's impossible for low income workers commute. I think why aren't they working? They can working to their like company something like to be more healthy. I think it's fair. Okay, and question number two. Uh, if I'm broke college students, I found $50 bills on the floor. I think I'm gonna take it. Like just shut my eyes and take it, and nobody knows. I don't want to only know that it belongs to richest students. I don't care because I'm broke. I need something. I need some bucks to live over the next day. Yes, I think that's fair for me.
Right. Thank you, Neo. Yeah. So, like, the reason why we're answering questions because, later it will be related to actor motion because, like, that's what we are learning. So, yeah, Neo, first he said he would fight climate change. And then the second part, he said he would just keep it because, we're broke, so we don't really care. That's a point. Okay. Anyone else? Because we can have different opinions on different matters. For those who just come in, you can answer one of the questions or both. Okay. So I'm just going to ask, how about Ian? What do you think?
And about the questions number one, I think I would ban all the older polluting cars to face climate change because as Neil said, it causes serious problem to the environment. And um as I said, uh with the big amount of workers who are have low income monthly, they don't have enough vehicles to commit to work. So I think instead of uh no, let me say it again. I would not ban immediately the polluting cars. Instead, I will choose to invest in public transport like bus so the workers can commit to work easier. Yeah, that's my idea.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of agree with you, right? Because the reason why we are having a paradox is because for low-income workers, maybe they only have these very old cars. So if we ban it, then like they don't have a vehicle. So investing is one option. In the debate, maybe if you give that point, you have to prove whether how is it possible to invest and why is it better. But yeah, you have a point. Okay. Next person. How about Lee? What do you think?
I would answer question number one. As the mayor of the city, I would not ban all older polluting cars to fight climate change because without low-income workers, they're like the foundation of this society, contributing to the development of this society. So making it impossible for low-income workers to commute, how could how could infrastructures, buildings, or even um, the necessary items, the vital items for the intellectuals to take advantage of? Yes, so that's my idea.
All right. I kind of like your characterization. So you kind of like explain what low income workers are like. They are the foundation, like they work in a lot of fields, like building or anything. So, yep, we should kind of like care about them too. All right. How about anyone else who would like to answer? Mm, Jade, what do you think?
Last later, I would definitely ban older community cars to cope with climate change. First of all, climate change isn't a late one-time kind of problem. It's permanent. It is causing a lot of suffering to those low-income people, every 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 single human on Earth in general. Secondly, if we ban all other polluting cars, there are an uprising of kind of public transportation where you can pay for them to drive you to places that you desire. So instead of like taking away jobs from workers, it actually will create more job opportunities for people who like go around and drive you to your destinations. That's my point.
All right. Okay, I can still hear you even though your mic is a bit muffled. But yeah, you can try to fix your mic a bit. All right, thank you. Um, how about Pooh? Do you have your opinion?
Yes. So, if I had to choose one option, I would answer that first question. If I choose one option, I would advocate for investing in public transportation. Because improving public transportation can provide a reliable commuting option for low-income workers who may not afford new vehicles. Uh, when and a well-developed public transport system can significantly reduce overall emissions by decreasing the number of individual cars on the road. And last, um, investing in public transportation creates a sustainable infrastructure that benefits the entire community, making it more equitable solution in the fight against climate change.
All right. So you provide a solution. You said you would not ban all polluting cars. Okay. Yeah, that's good. How about Lee? What do you think?
Well, the first answer, I think that I would support the to ban all older and polluting car because I think that protecting environments is a long-term uh priority and climate change that caused by polluting car can affect everyone. Why low income people maybe it's a small number of people. And the second question, I think that I will return it because I prioritize the moral issues, and also my I think that dishonest can cause some problems in what cause some problems regardless of any reasons. You can keep that money because it's not belong you.
All right, thank you. Yeah, I actually agree with you. Like, I mean, yeah, honesty is the number one priority. And what if we actually give it back and the rich student will just give us more money by being honest? Maybe. Hope that works. But yeah, like you can also like rebut that in a debate. So you can talk about even though the student is broke, doesn't mean he desperately wants money, right? And like why is that so? So sometimes you have to imagine that you are a character. Okay, I'm gonna ask a few more people. So how about Han? What do you think?
So for me, like when I found $50 on the floor, I would return it. Uh, Even though I might really need the money, I don't think like someone's wealth changes the fact that the money belongs to them. So keeping it might solve a small problem for me, but I would probably feel really guilty afterward. Besides, honesty is about doing the right thing even when no one is watching you. And that said, if student wanted to thank me and offer me a reward, I would gladly accept it, but I wouldn't expect one. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Yeah, I like that you say how they will feel. I think that's kind of strong. Like even though they're poor, they still have, dignity. They still have feelings. So of course, it's their decisions. Okay. How about Tom?
Oh yeah, I'm still puzzled on question one, so I'll only answer question two.
Sure.
If I'm a broke college student who found a $50 bill on the floor and I know it belongs to the richest student in school, my first option is to do nothing and walk past it. Because either of the choice, either one of the choice will partly, somehow affect my status. It is risky. Both are risky. But if I have to choose one, I think returning it is a safer option.
Why would you think it's safer than keeping? Are you there? Like, why would you think that returning is a safer decision?
Well,
Because like who knows that
if I
you have the
steal,
money?
well, if I steal it right away, I would have I would have a high chance of being watched by the other students. That's even riskier than returning it.
Okay, I see what you mean. All right, thank you. Anyone else who also wants to answer before we move on? Okay, so yeah, no one else because we have a lot more coming. So today we might end a bit early, like at 10 or maybe 9:40, because like I have something afterwards. So we will just move on to the next part. So actor motion. What is an actor motion? In Vietnamese, it means kiến nghị nhập vai. So basically, I have this example. This house, as a parent, would encourage their children to attend Harvard, right? So actor motion basically means you have to debate based on a stakeholder's perspective. Like you have to imagine that you are that stakeholder. And you have to imagine, okay, if I am the parent, why would I want my kids to go to Harvard? Or what do I want if I'm the parent? So based on that person's perspective. That's it. That's actor motion. So if you see this, it's usually actor as X, as somebody would do something. And would, it's kind of similar to this house would, but a bit different. So you can still provide a policy like last time we learned, if you wish. So some important notes on actor motion. Number one is that all of your arguments, okay, like no matter how many arguments that you present, it must always be linked to why the actor would care about doing that action. So, for example, if you say, oh, Harvard is the best school in the country, or if the children attend Harvard, they will get the best education. Okay, we all know that, but why would the parent encourage the children to do so? What if, basically it means that we are not just giving the benefits and the disadvantages of attending Harvard because everyone knows that, okay, it's a good school. We cannot rebut like, oh, Harvard is so bad. I don't know. But like, because this is an actor emotion, it has to depend on the actor. Why would the parent care? So it means that in the stakeholder for first speaker, you have to characterize the parent. You have to talk about, okay, what are the parents like? Maybe the parents usually want the best for children. They want their children to have the best education. So maybe that's why they want their kids to go to Harvard. Probably. Okay. And the second, it's pretty much the same. It doesn't really mean that this actor is always interested. It just means that the teams must show why that actor cares about that perspective. So in the setup, for first, or like the second and third, you guys also need to explain again as well. So in the setup, you have to carefully characterize, explain the main stakeholders. Two questions. What are they like? And why would they care about this problem? So basically, this motion, it is similar to other motions. The only difference is that we have to kind of like debate as if we were that actor and ask ourselves, what would that actor care or what would they want? Yeah, that's the only difference. So do you guys have any questions on this one? Okay, probably not. So to sum up, there are two things on actor motion. The first one is that we will debate as if we were that actor. So we just think, okay, if I'm the parent, what would I do? That's it. And the second thing is that you need to characterize them. Like you do the same thing when you give stakeholders. That's it. Remember, especially in the argument, after you explain everything, you just give arguments like normally. But the most important part is the impact. You must show why this parent or that actor would have a tendency to care about that problem. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so so do you know the differences between the two motions? We will compare between should and would. So number one, this house believes that X should do Y. And number two, this house as X would do Y. So I have two examples. This house believes that this house believes that content creators should prioritize educational videos over viral entertainment trends. And the second, this house as a content creator would prioritize educational videos over viral and entertainment trends. So you guys can raise your hand and you can tell me, like, what are the differences that you see between these two motions? Yes, we can disagree in actor motion, of course. So like if you disagree, you would say, okay, why would this actor not want to do that? Or why would they not care about that? So I have two motions. What do you see? Both motions are talking about content creators making videos. But what do you think are the differences? You can tell me the differences based on wording. Kiểu cái cách họ đưa ra motion nó khác nhau như thế nào ấy. Like how they phrase the motion or the meaning. Is it different or is it the same? Okay, so you can try telling me the differences. I'll give us like 1 minute to think a bit. Okay, Lee, you can go ahead. Like, just tell me simple differences that you see.
Okay, so the difference is that I want to emphasize two words. It is they are beliefs and as. So motion number one, it's like the belief that the Y action should be done by X. The belief. And motion number two, X is this house, and this house would do the action Y. Yeah, so it's like that. Number two is more about acting, more about doing the stuff. And number one is more about the belief that the Y action should be done by X.
All right, thank you. Yeah, that's some very good insight. How about Ling? What do you think?
Uh, from my perspective, I think that in the first motion, this house will this house is an objective third party, so they will discuss objectively. But in the motion number two, this house will completely act as Y, so they will be more subjective.
Okay, that's good. Like objective and subjective perspective. I like that. You're correct. How about Nia?
I think the first one care more about prioritize educational videos over viral entertainment trends. But the second one, I think, is cared about more about a content creator. Yeah.
Yep,
So yeah, I think.
that's also correct as well. Anyone else? Okay, so I think that's basically the main differences, right? In terms of the phrasing, we see that this one believes that, this one as. So basically the first motion, like what Ling said, it's more objective. Maybe I believe that this content creator should do this, or my mom thinks that, or my dad doesn't think so. So it's objective and it is based on a neutral observer, a neutral person. The second one, like what Neo and also Lee said, it's more about what this content creator wants. Okay, so I have this table that will be clearer. So the type of motion. The first motion believes that it is a value judgment. the value motion that we learned last class. And the second one, it is an actor motion. And whose perspective, right? This house believes that, like I said, neutral, third party. Like in literature, we learn about ngôi kể thứ ba. So yeah, this is very similar. A third person narrator, which means that it can be anyone. But for this one, it is the content creator's perspective. And do you need a model? A model is like a policy. So like I said, if you want, you can do that. Like you can talk about how can they prioritize? By what ways can they do so? Basically, the question is, how can they do it? Yeah, so this is like a table comparing. All right, so we will jump straight to the practice because, in the first 6 weeks, we have basically learned all the rules. Now we will just try to practice, okay? So it is still the same motion as a content creator. Activity 1 is analyzing motion. So these are the 3 questions that you can think about. And then like activity 2 is practice debate. So basically you will just choose a side and you will give a first speaker speech. Okay. We have learned this in week 2, I believe. And the speech is like 4 to 5 minutes long. So we will skip the first activity. I will send you the slide so you can maybe look at the question to help you, brainstorming during the debate. And how many people are there? Oh, exactly 10. So we will just like start preparing now. And each group is like 5. And again, you will just rebut the person before you and give POIs if you wish. Okay. So I will divide you into teams for this motion. Actually, if you want affirmative or negative, you can click an emoji under the message I sent in the chat. So you can choose, and if I see, 1 minute for this. So click an emoji under the affirmative or negative message. So in total, there must be 10 people voting because there are 10 people in class. Okay, so we can vote until 37. All right, now we have 4. So Sunny and Neo, and then Ling and Lee. How about the others? You can make a decision on what you want and vote. If you vote early, then you will have like more chances of getting the team that you want. All right, we have 6, so waiting for 4 more. All right, so for those who haven't voted, I will just give you the side. So we have Han, Tong, and Hu. You guys can vote. Or if not, I will just give you the side. I think that is settled. We have enough people. And like for two hasn't voted, so I'll just put two in negative. All right, those are the sides. Exactly how what you have chosen. Okay, so we can just prepare now. For activity one, we have three questions. Like you can use the three questions to help you preparing for the speech. Okay, and remember, the speech is first speaker, which means you have to prepare the setup, preemption, and arguments. Okay, and you will rebut the person before you. So I will tell you who you will rebut before that person gives their speech. And I'll give you like 15 minutes to 20 to prepare. Yeah, that's it. So you guys can prepare now. If you have any questions, you can, ask. In case that you guys don't really remember the structure of a first speaker, you can go to the slides that we learned, or I can send you a picture or the slide again if you need it. So yeah, wait me a moment. Yeah, so I just send it in Zello in case you guys need it again. Oh, I see somebody just come in class. Helena, right? So, Helena, you can choose a side for the motion on the screen. Okay, you can choose a side and you can chat to me the side that you have chosen. Helena, are you there? You can chat to me the side that you prefer for the motion. Okay, if not, I'll just put you in affirmative. Okay, yeah, I'll just put you in affirmative. So yeah, in the chat, I've sent the order, which means that you will rebut the person before you. For example, Haling and then Sunny and then Lee, like that's the order. And you will look at who is before you. And that is the person that you will be rebutting. Okay, so I guess we can, start speaking. The first person is Haling. So are you ready or do you need like a bit more time? Like I sent the new order. Here, I'll send it again. So this is the order, and you guys can look at this order and see who is speaking before you. So for example, Haling speak first and then Tu, which means Tu will be rebutting Ling, kind of like that. And you guys will have 4 to 5 minutes. I would love it if you keep at 4, and the maximum is 5. Like you cannot go over that. Okay? Try not to go over that time. So you should have your own timer. I will also share a timer as well. Okay, so Ling, you can start. Like you can just start when you are ready.
Okay, so my speech will start now. And the problem here is trends change too fast, so it will force creators to constantly guess what will go viral next and keep up with the latest one in order to meet the demand of the viewers. And I'd like to focus on making useful and educational videos instead. Our goal and my goal is to um is that I want a long-lasting career with loyal followers. And some the opponents might say that education get fewer views and therefore will make less money. But I think viral chance will admittedly bring fast views, but however those viewers will immediately get out of that and never return. On the other side, educational videos will attract serious people who actually respect us and tend to pay much more money on our educational website to encourage us to bring more meaningfulness to the society. Therefore, educational content creators will get stable money but just with fewer viewers. And my argument is that my point is that educational videos will tend to attract loyal fans and create permanent values. Content creators today operate on platforms like TikTok or YouTube. So on these platforms, viral chance disappeared from the viewers' feeds just within some 2 or 3 days or a week. However, these platforms also serves as a search engines where millions of people look for answers every day. A dance trend or a meme video is usually almost forgotten instantly because it relies on temporary feelings during a particular period. However, educational video help people solve ongoing problems, such as learning how to cook or learning how to swim effectively or how to deal with real problems in real life. Because that's to say that people constantly search for these topics. So an educational video will continue to get like um steady views, and the impact is that content educational creators will leave a meaningful action. Will like they will give people free access to skills or languages that actually improve the users' lives and careers. Yeah, thank you for listening.
It was a very good speech. So I'll give short feedbacks to each person right after their speech. I think Ling has good structure, so I can easily follow her setup, her preemption, and her one argument. So I think that like preemptions are good. Those are a couple of things that you can, dig a little deeper. For example, you provide a trade-off, which I think that's good. Like, yeah, you guys can provide trade-off in this debate. So Ling said that on our side, educational videos will be more stable money, stable viewers. The only trade-off is that fewer viewers. I think that's good. You can also prove to me why fewer viewers is something that is okay for this content creator. It is not that big of a problem for this content creator. Like they are okay with fewer viewers. And you can also prove how, stable viewers is more important than a lot of viewers that are not so stable. So you can do like direct comparison on that. And also for the argument, I think the argument is good. You can also provide like an you can also prove why the impact is, directly benefit this content creator. How if they are able to, help people gain skills, how can it motivate them? So you can also talk about like motivation. That's also a point. Okay, thank you. So next is Tu. You can start when you are ready.
Okay. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges and esteemed appointments, today we stand to oppose the motion. This House, as the content creator, would prioritize educational videos over viral entertainment trends. In this rapidly evolving digital landscape, it is crucial for content creators to engage audience meaningfully and effectively through entertainment that resonates with them. While educational videos provide valuable information, they often attract a narrower audience compared to viral entertainment trends. Many viewers seek content that entertains and engages them in a light-hearted manner. By prioritizing educational content, creators risk alienating a significant portion of their audience who may prefer entertaining, relatable material. Educational videos can sometimes struggle to maintain viewers' interest, especially if they are overly long or dense. In contrast, viral entertainment trends are designed to capture attention quickly and keep viewers engaged. The fast-paced nature of modern media consumption favors content that is entertaining and easily digestible, making it more effective in reaching and retaining audience. Mm. The digital landscape is constantly evolving, and what is considered educational today may become outdated quickly. Viral entertainment trends, on the other hand, can adapt and evolve based on current events and cultural shifts. By prioritizing entertainment, content creators can stay relevant and resonate with audience in real time, ensuring that their content remains fresh and engaging. Next, I will know my stakeholders. Content creators are like those who produce the videos and have vested interest in their success and impact. Viewers, individuals who consume the content, whose preference and engagement drive popularity of viral trends. Advertiser or sponsors, brands, and companies that seek to promote their products or services through partnerships with content creators, relying on viral content to reach a large audience. Next is social media platforms. Platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram that host and distribute viral content influence what trends gain traction and how they are monetized. Now, I would like to start with my arguments. Higher engagement and reach viral entertainment trends captivates audience in their immediacy and relatability. They often generate higher engagement rates compared to educational content, attracting a broader demographic. People drawn to content that entertains, and by prioritizing entertainment, creators can build a larger audience and foster community interaction. Next, instant gratification in today's fast-paced world, viewers seek quick and enjoyable content. Viral entertainment provides instant gratification, offering a brief escape from daily life. This type of content satisfies the audience's desire for fun and enjoyment, which is essential for mental well-being. By focusing on entertainment, creators can meet this demand and keep viewers coming back for more. And lastly, monetization opportunities. Viral content often leads to lucrative monetization opportunities, which with higher view counts, content creators can attract sponsors and advisors engager to reach large audience. This financial support enables creators to continue producing content and invest in future projects, ensuring their sustainability in competitive market. In a nutshell, prioritizing viral entertainment trends over educational videos is a strategic choice that aligns with audience preference and market dynamics. By focusing on engaging and entertaining content, creators can build a loyal following, generate revenue, and contribute to vibrant online culture. Let us embrace the power of entertainment to connect, inspire, and uplift our audience. Thank you.
Right, thank you, Pooh, for that speech. So, two things for the feedbacks. Firstly, I think your speech is good, well structured. I think, and very clear as well. Some things that you can improve on is that, firstly, you should be clearer on the rebuttals. Like, maybe you did do rebuttals, but it's kind of like indirect. In debate, it is better to do direct rebuttal. Like you say, okay, first of all, Ling said this, and then you tell me what she said. This is false because for two reasons. Kind of like that. So it's more direct, and everyone knows that you are rebutting her point. And also for your arguments, I kind of feel like even though you do provide mechanism, it's kind of listy. Like you are listing a lot of information. Instead of listing, you can try to connect the points together. If you say that, okay, this creates higher engagement, the content creator has more tendency to produce more content, I think you should tell me in the setup, what is the content creator like and what do they want when they create videos? Because I don't know what they want, right? So why would they want more viewers? Why would they want viral? For what reasons? So you should tell me what do they want because this is an actor motion. Okay. Yeah, this is something of my feedback. But yeah, overall your speech is good. So the next person is Lee. You can start whenever you are ready.
So my speech start right now. Good morning, everyone. Today, I will present my argument. You know, nowadays, content creators influence millions of people around the world by social media. So they do more than entertain. They have to shape. They have to shape how people think, learn, and also their behaves. Before I begin, let me define some words in our motions. We are not saying that entertainment is useless or unmeaningful. It also helps people relax and reduce stress. However, today's debate is about what content creators should prioritize, not what they should eliminate. So our team believes that creators should prioritize educational content because it creates greater long-term value for both individuals and also our society. So let's move on my argument with the first one. Educational content can create long-term impact to everybody. Unlike viral trends that disappear after a few days, educational videos can help people for a long time, for years. For example, when you post a video teaching English, how to pronounce a word, or financial literacy or something like that, you can help someone get a better job or improve their life skill. When many people gain useful skills, our society can benefit through a stronger economy and have a better life. In contrast, a viral dance trend can get millions of views, but its impact usually ends when the trend fades. So the next argument, I will prove that greater influence comes with greater responsibility. Content creators influence thousands of people around the world, and we spend a long time, like 4 hours on average, just surfing the internet or using social networkings. So by prioritizing educational content, creators can encourage useful skills, critical thinking, and healthier habits. For example, it really helps reduce misinformations and can create a more positive online environment. So about our team's preemptions, I can think that the oppositions may argue that entertainment reach more people because it is more engaging. However, I can see that in our social networking, educational videos is also engaging too. More views don't necessarily mean that greater value. An educational video watched by 1 million people can change lives, while an entertainment video watched by 10 million people may only provide a few minutes of enjoyment. Moreover, educational content can also engaging nowadays because of storytelling, humor, and creative editing nowadays. So to conclude, entertainment certainly has its place, but when creators have a power, to influence millions of people. They should prioritize content that creates lasting value rather than temporary attentions. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Lee. So you went over time 1 minute, but that's okay. Okay, so for feedback, I think your speech is also clear as well. And I like the framing at the end. So you frame, like, what is prioritize? Like, we are not eliminating because a content creator can do both content. It's a matter of how much time do they spend for this kind of content. So yeah, that's a good framing. And your arguments are also good as well. It would be better if you directly rebut the person before you. So you can just like say, okay, this is what they said, this is wrong. And then you can directly rebut, and then you go to your arguments. One thing that you can, dig a little deeper is that you mentioned a lot on why, stability and bringing meaningful content is better. I think that's good. I like that. You should further explain to me why this content creator will actually care about stability. Because, some content creators, they only want views and they don't really care about if they will continue to have that views. So you should talk about why stability is something that most content creators would want. Yeah. Okay. So next person is Sunny. You can start when you are ready.
Yeah, so I may start now. So greetings everyone. My name is Sunny and I'm from the opposition side. So today I'm going to debate about this house as a content creator will prioritize educational videos over viral entertainment trends. So me and my team is strongly on this side because now let's take a look at our reality. We live in an attention economy. So if a content creator's primary goal is like to build an audience, sustain the livelihood, and provide value, so you cannot do any of that to like no audience, no people, like just an empty room. So therefore, prioritizing viral entertainment is not just a choice. It's maybe a strategic and even a mental method. So before getting to my arguments, let's move to my rebuttal. So the opponent says that create long-term educational videos will create long-term impact for our body, for ourselves. This means that the viral chance are not like last long, but they are wrong. From my perspective, I think that the trend itself, like it might be a short term, but the audience you gain is like a long term. Like imagine you as a YouTuber. So a viral trend gets millions of new trends, like new people, new eyes on your channel, and those people like stick around as lifelong fans. And secondly, long-term impact isn't just an academic fact. Providing people with laughter, joy, and a mental escape every single week creates a massive, lasting positive impact on our mental health. So now let's move to my arguments. So I have that the psychological necessity of entertainment is very valuable. So I mean that we live in an incredible high stress world. Like every day is filled with anxiety and stress. So prioritizing entertainment creators provide an essential service, like about joy, about a mental reset, and they even reduce our stress, of course. So this is just as valuable to human well-being as education. So my preemption is I think that the affirmative will say that creators have a moral responsibility, like to educate the young, especially for high schoolers or for minors. But my preemption is forcing entertainers To become educators is actively dangerous. It leads to misinformation and maybe stress because graders are choosing views and topics and they aren't qualified to teach. So just let entertainers entertain. Thank you.
Great. That was a pretty good speech. So what you did good is that first you are able to tell me like what is this economy is about and what does creator want. And that's a good point. Like you mentioned how this economy is an attention economy. And more often than not, prioritizing viral trends may be a better alternative. So you mentioned what does content creator want? Like when I make videos, of course, the only thing I want is views. That's good. You can further prove to me why it is something that they want more than, you know, educational content. Because what if they want both, right? And what if both sides can prove both? So as a debater, you will prove how your side, what the creator want is a lot bigger. So you can prove that as well. And yeah, that's one thing I would suggest to you. Okay. The next person is Hui. You can go ahead.
Okay. So my speech will start in 3, 2, and 1. Greeting judges and my fellow debaters. Today I will represent the affirmative side, debating about the motion, this House, as a content creator, would prioritize educational videos over viral entertainment trends. So before we start, I'd like to provide the motion definition. The motion defines the debate as whether social media platforms should prioritize educational videos over viral entertainment trends. This means shifting recommendation systems to favor tutorials, lectures, and structured learning content rather than comedy, gaming, and dance clips. The scope of the motion includes 3 stakeholders: students, online teachers, and content creators. Students represent the primary beneficiaries, especially those lacking financial means of offline classes. Online teachers gain visibility and reach, while content creators face reduced algorithmic preference for purely entertaining material. The motion ultimately frames education as a public good that platforms must actively promote to ensure fairness and equal opportunity. Next, I'd like to rebut my previous speaker. While it is true that entertainment helps people relax, the claim that it is as vital as education overlooks the long-term consequences for students. Entertainment provides temporary relief from stress, but education builds the skills and knowledge that determine future opportunities. If platforms prioritize entertainment over learning, disadvantaged students who depend on free online tutorials lose their only chance to access structured knowledge. In other words, relaxation is valuable, but it cannot replace the foundational role of education in shaping careers and breaking cycles of poverty. By ensuring educational videos are prioritized, we protect students' futures while still leaving space for entertainment as a secondary option. Now, my preemption is that the opposing side may argue that entertainment is vital for refreshing the mind. But this point does not undermine the motion. We acknowledge that entertainment has value, yet the debate is about priority. Education must come first because it directly shapes students' futures, while entertainment serves only as a temporary escape. Platforms can still allow leisure content, but when algorithms overwhelmingly push entertainment, disadvantaged students lose access to the very resources they depend on for learning. Moving on to the context of these modern-driven world trends, lots of YouTube channels and TikTok accounts have sprung up, along with numerous content creators and influencers. This might be good news for people who need entertainment after a hard day working. Nevertheless, educational videos are constantly and almost being taken over by online entertainment products. This results in less lessons being delivered for students who are not capable of attending offline additional classes due to financial reasons. They are the ones who need free tutorial videos the most. How could we miss the stakeholders here? There are three related characters, as I mentioned before: online teachers, students, and content creators. Initially, I would like to talk about the content creators. They, um, they are individuals who want to bring smiles and laughter to those who spend the most of their time of the day making a living. Who's People who have only afternoons and nights to leisure themselves. Of course, content creators do not care that their videos would affect educational videos. Imagine pupils open up YouTube and only see comedy, dancing, and gaming videos. They won't hesitate to surf those YouTube shorts for the rest of their assigned time for studying. How would their educational outcomes be outstanding if there's the fact that educational videos are being replaced with tons of entertaining ones? Now, I'd like to state my main argument. Prioritizing educational videos over viral entertainment trends is the best way to further foster the foundational and new knowledge for students, especially the ones who lack the finance to attend offline classes taught by specialized professors. Opening up platforms to study and reorganize what we call the knowledge gap, and you find leisuring videos performed by content creators about trends. I guarantee you that most of the pupils would surf those videos all day and they cannot focus on what is necessary for their future. The mechanism here of prioritizing educational videos lies in the way social media platforms design and adjust their recommendations algorithm. Currently, algorithms are optimized to maximize watch time and engagement, which naturally favors short, entertaining, and viral content. By reprogramming these systems to highlight structured learning materials such as tutorials, lectures, and subject-based explanations, then platforms can redirect students' attention toward knowledge-building resources. This shift doesn't eliminate entertainment, but it ensures that educational content is surfaced more prominently, making it easier for students to access and harder to ignore. In practice, this means that when a pupil logs into YouTube or TikTok, the first suggestions they see are math tutorials, language lessons, or science explainers, rather than endless comedy or gaming shorts. Prioritizing educational videos directly benefits disadvantaged students who rely on free online resources. It narrows the knowledge gap by giving them access to structured learning lessons instead of endless distractions. This leads to stronger academic outcomes, better focus, and fairer opportunities for success. In the long run, platforms become tools of empowerment, helping students build the skills they need for a brighter future. I rest my case and I'm proud to propose.
All right, thank you. You're a bit over time. Make sure you keep a timer. Make sure you keep a timer so you know like how long you're speaking, because I don't really want to interrupt, you know? So normally in other classes, I would just like interrupt. I'll say time's up. But because you guys are speaking really good, I don't really want to interrupt. But yeah, so those are some really quick feedbacks for Hui. First of all, like for the good side, I think your speech is clear and very well structured. So, like you say, the impact, here's the reasons. To the things that you can improve on, I feel like you are a bit out of scope. Like you are not really debating the wrong motion, but like you are debating a bit out of scope, because if you read the motion carefully, it's about this house as the content creator would prioritize to do something. But in the beginning, I heard that you said algorithms, platforms, prioritizing. So it's not really the actor that we are looking for. Instead, you are debating about like, for example, social media algorithms recommending you to watch this and that. And that's another debate, and your entire speech is focused on students. If it's a motion on student, I think your speech is good, but because we are focusing more on content creators and what would they prioritize, so it's a bit out of scope. But yeah, that's just like one thing. So you can, read the motion and redefine what is your team's burden. So yep, burden is something that you guys should, determine in the beginning. But yeah, that's my feedback. Okay, so next, Neo, you can start when you are ready.
Okay, so I'm gonna start my speech right now. Okay, so Today, I'm gonna discuss about the motions that this how as a content creator would prioritize educational videos over viral entertainment trends. What? Okay. So, and my teams is totally disagree with that because as a content creator, I see there's little potential in educational videos, and I would like to rebut my previous speaker. He said that it is educational content is really vital and important for students to watch or to gain and learning about that video. I agree, but there's are more important views that to make people well, how to make people want to watch these content is another problem because educational content is sometimes really boring. And if nobody watching this, does it still important anymore? That's our problems, and we have to make it meaningful and like funny to gain more student and people to watch it. Okay, so nowadays social media become more and more popular all over the world, like TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and majority of people want to be a content creator. So yeah, even me, and also a lot of topics are being made, like football, funny videos, and educational also content for people to make. However, very less people watch. So as a content creator, I will not prioritize making educational content. First of all, social media's purpose is entertainment, and content creators should make more entertainment trends instead of prioritize educational content. TikTok and YouTube, Facebook are created with the view of entertainment. Of course, educational content is also really important, but as a content creator, I wouldn't prioritize making educational content. The next one is about fame and salary problems. To be content creator, you need fans, and to make big money, we need viral funny trend to gain views and to gain viewers, subscribers. Uh, the only people I see that he's gained a lot of subscribers, viewers from educational content is Mark Robert. But although how success it is, he still uh he is still nowhere as Mr. Beast, who's making a lot of viral and interesting videos. And ultimately, majority of viewer like students and and people they like different and interesting trends, not just an educational content because back to my rebuttals, lots of educational content is too boring. The content creator do not know how to make it interesting and how to make it like more and how to make it more interesting for students to watch it, as for people to watch it. And yeah, it's make people boring and nobody watch it anymore, not attract many people. So the impact on not prioritize educational content is that it's more benefit on the content creator. Like you can have more fans, you can get more money because everyone want to be a content creator to get big money, isn't it? And 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 is like what is that? And it's also a true value of social media platform. They are made for people to entertain. They are not made or for people to learn to learn. And if you want to learn, you can watch on TV programs instead of social media platform. Yeah, that's my speech. Thank you for listening.
All right. I think your speech is clear and very well structured. So first, like, I think you mentioned pretty well on why it is, better for content creators to focus on viral trends and you also compare between like Mark Rober and Mr. Beast, I think that's good. Like you can also dig deeper into like at first in the stakeholder, you can characterize this content creator a little bit. Like there are many types of content creators. For example, people who goes on social media for fun, people who wants to make a long-term career out of social media. And you can also talk about why they would more likely prefer to get more views. Why is like getting more views something that almost anyone wants? Right. Because for me also, I also want more views and for a lot of other people. And you can also talk about like how by focusing on viral videos, you can also characterize viral videos. They are not just some like brain rot videos because viral trends can be a lot of things. It can be not just dancing, it can also be, traveling. That's also a trend or other stuff, right? So I think not just for Neo, but for others, you can also characterize what is considered as viral videos or viral trends. And that maybe will shift the debate a little bit. Yeah, so that's just some suggestions. Okay, next person is Ian. You can start when you are ready.
Okay, so I will start now. Good evening, worthy opponents, ladies and gentlemen. Today we, as the affirmative team, strongly support the motion. This house, as a content creator, would prioritize educational videos over viral entertainment trends. As the first speaker, I will begin by defining the key terms, present our team's stance, and deliver our first argument. So, in today's digital era, social media has become a part of our daily life. Every day, billions of people surfing the internet for consuming online content. So that make the content creators some of the most influential figures in shaping public opinions, behavior, and even values. So firstly, I will elucidate something which is related strongly to this motion. Content creator, the one who works on social media, usually creates videos to provide knowledge for the viewers in some specific fields. However, we strongly believe that educational videos are much better than the other kinds of videos are being posted largely on famous platforms, especially TikTok. So nowadays, as you know, a lot of new trends and interesting hot issues are now being talked and discussed on the internet. So that's why the content creator are usually keen on the more famous content to gain more view for their own account instead of honestly sharing something for the viewers. About the viewers, most are teenagers, teachers, parents, or even adults. These people usually work or study under harsh conditions. They usually undergo a lot of pressure. So at the end of the day, they usually find something fun to watch. And absolutely viral trend is much attractive than the educational one. Moreover, due to the special algorithm of these platforms like TikTok, it consistently provide you more videos if you keep scrolling just one topic. The more you scroll, the more videos at that topic you will get. And unfortunately, entertainment videos always get higher attention than the other. So it lead to one problem that the other videos include educational videos serve at good purpose become more and more unremarkable. At this point, the opposition team may argue that entertainment videos also remains a lot of benefits. It helps people to relax, reduce stress, and bring joy to people. While I acknowledge that entertainment videos have these benefits, not of them all positive. I mean, many of them can be brain rot content and sensitive jokes or dangerous challenges or even misinformation. Educational videos, in the other hand, somehow can be boring, but it depends on the way you make the videos. So at this point, I also want to provide my rebuttals for the previous speaker. The opponents claim that educational videos are boring. However, educational and entertaining videos are not mutually exclusive. If you make it boring, it can be boring. But if you have some edit skills, you add more funny soundtrack, or you can create a more creative content for the video. It can be funny, it can be attractive for more people. So, I mean, it depends on the way people make a video. It can be just as interesting as entertainment content. The problem lies in the quality, not in the educational purpose. So, besides that, the educational videos also provide students and other people with more knowledge, critical thinking, and practical skills, which is very important for their future life. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for that speech. It was also very clear and, we can easily follow your ideas as well. So here are some suggestions. For example, when you say that, I like it that when you say it creates a system where people just scroll for entertainment videos and then educational disappear. And if we continue like this, more people will go in the cycle of entertainment and nobody wants to be more creative. I think that's good. So you can also characterize content creator as somebody who wants to follow something more creative. They want to create something like out of the blue, which is something that not a lot of people pay attention to. And you can also talk about why this is something that they care more, why the benefits towards them is greater. So this is something that you can focus on because we are looking at the content creator's perspective. And you can say one thing. If everyone makes viral videos, then you cannot be that popular because there will always be someone who will make more viral videos than you. If everyone makes a dancing video, how can you make sure that you will be that stand out? There will be another one who will stand out more than you. So the better choice is to choose something creative, and you can link it back to educational. Yeah, that is something that you can look at. All right, the next person is Jade.
Okay, so I would like to start my speech in three, two, and one. So first of all, good evening, Judge and the opponents. I would like to first give rebuttal to the previous speaker, who is Ian. Like every other affirmative side speaker, she stated that being, I mean, the I would say the people, the content creators are supposed to spread educational purposes and not just like do plain raw stuff. And I think that creators are actually just normal workers like trying to make money and stuff. So they are not like teacher and people that have to like have the duty to spread information to stuff. They're just like people who entertain you to make a living. Like they're not a public school or state-funded journalism or something kind of that. So expecting creator to sacrifice their own career growth and income to serve as unpaid public educators is just unfair. And if no one watches the video before because it's like just homework and the thing is just useless anyway. Also, they say that how say they may say that viral trends like brain rot and stuff like try little each other and stuff will ruin people's attention and focus in studying. So obviously the problem is just unfairly equating all viral entertainment with kind of brain rots because there are also other stuff that are actually like entertaining and funny on social medias like memes or humor and dance trainings and stuff that serve a legitimate human need, like stress relief and cultural connections and stuff. So people do not open social media after an 8 hour work all day to just look at like lectures and math homeworks and stuff. Because meeting people's genuine desire for relaxation isn't harmful. It's just fulfilling the exact reason why social media exists to bring fun and enjoyment to people. So now I would like to start my individual speech. First, a content creator who loses their in audience will go broke and cannot educate anyone and cannot survive on it themselves also. So as a content creator, my core role is navigating an intense algorithm driven digital landscape where visibility directly determines my career, income, and ability to make content, and my survivability altogether. So we firmly believe that the creator's primary priority must be capitalizing on viral entertainment trends to build a sustainable, scalable platform. I will present two main arguments. First is financial survival and algorithm reality, and the second is aligning with the core purpose of social media. So, as the first argument, the main point is that in the modern attention economy, algorithmic favor and viral reach are mandatory for career longevity. So first, algorithms like TikTok or Shorts and Reels reward high retention, like quick engagement and training stuff. So educational video appeal like to narrow and very niche kind of audiences and naturally struggle with organic reach, creating an algorithmic ceiling. Also, the impact is that while prioritizing viral trends will almost guarantee maximum visibility, leading to brand deals and sponsorship and financial security and stuff, without the financial sustainability, then creators just burn out or forced to quit, making zero video of any kind in the long run. So that just make them go broke and make them like a jobless people. So into my second argument is that aligning with social media's true purpose. So social media is an entertainment first ecosystem. So meeting the users' expectation creates genuine audience connection. So first, they will log onto social media after a stressful day at work or school or work to relax, laugh, and decompress, not to like attend another lecture because it's stressful enough to work for so long. You don't need extra works. Also, viral trends and challenge acts as a universal language that unites millions of users across different demographics. Next, the impact
Make sure
on the
you keep track of time.
Okay, so the impact on the actor that it will embrace trends which build a massive and loyal community because they are providing what users actively seek on the platforms, which are entertainment. So in a conclusion, as a creator, choosing viral trends isn't just shallow, it's just the smartest and most realistic way to secure your livelihood because if you build a massive audience and fulfill the core purpose of social media, then you will get a sustainable financial income and therefore survive this harsh life.
Okay, thank you for that. So one suggestion only, because I feel like my other suggestions are pretty much the same for the previous speakers, is that first you mentioned social media is only for entertainment. First of all, that's like a mistake because it's not only for entertainment. Facebook. The reason why you guys know about this course is through Facebook, and I posted it and you guys signed up. And that's also educational as well. So you should be mindful about what you said about social media. That's it really. And to improve, like you can frame it in a different way. You can frame it as though, how about it is safer for them to approach differently, not just educational, but other form of content. And how is that better? Okay, the next person is Tom, so you can start your speech. Tom, are you there? Okay, I guess he's not there. If Tom, you cannot really rebut, you can just give your speech normally, like your arguments. If not, I have to call on Hun. You can give your speech now. Like you can rebut, or you can just do your preemption if that's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So So, now imagine if you're a content creator. Every video you upload determines whether you gain subscribers, attract sponsors, or even earn enough to make a living. If in that situation, will you really choose to be prioritize educational content over the type of your content your audience actually wants to watch? As the op- of as the opposition, I believe the answer is no. So before presenting our case, I'd like to clarify three important points. First, we are not arguing that educational content is important. Educational videos can be incredibly valuable, and we fully acknowledge their positive impact. Secondly, this is a would motion, not a should motion. Today's debate is not about what would create the ideal society. Instead, we're asking what a rational content creator would actually choose, given their goals, responsibilities, and the realities of social media. Finally, government will likely present this debate as a choice between educational and entertainment. We reject that framing. These two types of contents are not mutually exclusive, and many creators successfully combine both. Therefore, creators should not be expected to prioritize over one another. With that, with that in mind, let me move on to my first argument. My first argument is about financial sustainability. For many people, content creation is not just a hobby, it's their full-time career. The ability to continue creating content depends on views, engagement, sponsorships, and advertising revenue. While educational videos certainly have value, they often appeal to a much smaller audience and require significantly more time and effort to produce. As a content creator, our first priority is to keep our platform alive. Being without an audience, we could lose our income, our influence, and ultimately our ability to produce any content at all, including educational content. The government may tell you that creators have a responsibility to educate society, but that responsibility becomes meaningless if creators cannot even sustain their career. A creator without an audience cannot educate anyone. Our second argument is about respecting an audience autonomy. People use social media for many reasons. Some want to learn something new, but many simply want to relax after a long day of studying, laugh with a friend, or escape from the stress just for a few minutes. Entertainment is not meaningless. It contributes to people's mental well-being and creates communities around shared interests. Therefore, our content creators should not decide what people ought to watch. Instead, they should respond to what their audience genuinely values. More importantly, creator has different goals. Some wants to educate, some wants to entertain, and others simply want to express their creativity. None of these choices is inherently more legitimate than another. Forcing creators to prioritize educational content limits both creative freedom and also audience choice. To conclude, we oppose this motion because it misunderstands the reality, reality of content creation. A rational creator must first ensure financial sustainability, respect the preference of their audience, and retain the freedom to decide what kind of content best reflects their own goal. Educational content is valuable, but it should remain a choice, not a priority imposed on every creator. So for this reason, I'm proud to oppose the motion. Thank you for listening.
All right, thank you for that speech. We have two more speakers, but because Helena come in late and I don't know where Tong is, so I will ask the last two speakers to send me their videos after. And now I'll give feedback to Hun. So I think, Hun, you can listen to previous speakers' feedback, which is the same. Overall, your speech is also clear as well. You can try to speak a bit like louder with more intonation, so it's kind of like stronger. One thing is that I feel like you are a bit neutral, which means that when you say it's up to the content creators to make a choice, yeah, it's kind of like neutral because this debate is about here is the motion. As a content creator would prioritize educational videos over, which means you have to prove why they have to prioritize this a bit more. So you should not say like it's up to them to make a choice. It's all about creativity. It's a bit neutral and it doesn't prove to me and other people why viral entertainment trends or related videos are better. So to improve, maybe in the beginning, you can talk about the nature of social media and how content creators, they view different content. So yeah, these are the feedbacks for today. So today we learned on actor motion, and next week, I think we will learn a type of motion called this house prefers. Okay, so we will learn that next week. So I think that ends today's lesson. You guys can turn on your camera and we'll take a group picture and we will end right at 10 o'clock. The others, you can turn on your cameras. I think Lee is already posing. Okay, I'll just count. So 1, 2, and 3. All right, that works. So see you in next week. Bye.
Bye.